Hello, 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 friends. It's time for Tidy Up Tuesday. It's been a couple of weeks, and last week was a holiday here for us, 4th of July. So I hope you all enjoyed some time off and your holiday. We sure had a good time. And so this week we are back with Tidy Up. So good to see you guys. Martha's here. Sandy's here. Oh, Sandy, what did Nancy snag? Oh, I have to read. You guys have been busy already. Um, the Daiso containers. Nancy, you got it. Yes. In fact, that was one of the things when I have up here a little happy mail. I was going to tell you the story behind that. So I'm so glad, Nancy, you were able to grab one. I only had 3 that I was able to put in my shop right now. So yay for you. Okay. Welcome everyone. Laura, Carolyn, Belinda, Diane, Carrie's here, Jean's here, Sue. Welcome, Shirley, Gina, Kay, Susan's here from Texas. Hot, 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 hot. It's hot here too. Susan, very hot. So welcome everyone. Martha's here, Angie's here, Sarah. So good to see all your names. Welcome to Tidy Up Tuesday. If you have not been here before, if this is new, these are all the things and all the places you can find me. I love just kind of going online, sharing all these different things, how to keep your craft space organized, but also how to scrapbook, right? I mean, that's kind of my passion. I love paper crafting and, I love all kinds of crafts, but really scrapbooking is kind of my thing. So enjoy sharing all the different tips and tricks I can with you. We had a good time on Friday night scrapbooking, didn't we? We talked all about titles. 10 and a half ways to add titles to your scrapbook pages. So if you haven't checked that out, you can check that out on YouTube or on Facebook and watch that one. So hope you enjoyed that. So that's Friday night scrapbooking. Every 2 weeks, I do go live and share something new with you. So yay! All right. Today, as I mentioned, it kind of flew in there and flew out. Today, we are going to talk about, let me see the right hand, punches. We're going to talk about punches, and I'm going to tell you a little happy mail story so we can learn a little bit more about how some of those Daiso things got in my shop. But, there's more to come, so don't worry. Yes, Sherry says it is hot in Texas. Yep. Nancy said it was, or no, Susan said it was hot in Texas too. So, oh my goodness, yes. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you. Okay. First time live, Elizabeth. Welcome. Enjoy having some new folks here. Great. So today we are going to do a little bit of talk about punches. Now, we've talked about all the different ways of organizing punches. In fact, on Paper Crafters Get Organized, that was kind of my topic. I took you through all these different ways of organizing your punches, but I have some updates that I wanted to share with you that I'm really excited about. And then we are also going to talk about, I found it, this guy. We're going to try it out. I was so tempted to do it before I did live with you so that I would know what I'm doing. But I thought, no, let's do it together. So if I mess up, I mess up and you don't have to mess up. But we're going to kind of try out. This was what was recommended for unsticking punches. I've got one that's really bad. So I'm not sure if it's going to unstick it or not, but we're going to try it. That's going to be kind of a fun show and tell today. So we will see. And then I do also want to share a couple other things, happy mail things that I wanted to let you know about, and just some kind of interesting things going on in the paper crafting scrapbooking arena. First of all, can I just say there is a promo going on now with Creative Memories. It was a pop-up promo because the virtual crop is this weekend. And so any order that you place on Creative Memories website, you can get a little embellishment pack for 30 if you place a $30 order. So I just wanted to make sure you guys knew about that. In fact, maybe I should just pop that up on the screen so you could see it. Okay, so this is it. They're cute. I don't know if I'm going to get mine. No, I don't think I'm going to get mine. And shipping has just been taking a long time. So here's the pop-up promo. And it's these cute little embellishment packs. So you can kind of see that. I'll get it a little bigger for you. So these little dream big, love, hello. They go with the Totally Tonals collection, and this is going to go through July 14th. So we still have a few more days or while supplies last. So I just wanted to make you aware of that. And then also, whoops, there we go. If you can see here that the free gifts are still going on also with the Totally Tonals products. And you get, if you order the paper and the stickers, you get the cardstock over here and the little map packs for free. So just wanted to make sure you all knew about that as well. There is also this gorgeous new, I had to order it, Choose Joy Pink Passion album. If you ever heard of Susan Ida Peterson, I got the privilege of hearing her speak. She truly, truly impacted me in my whole approach to finding joy, bringing joy. And, that also, I should also say, that's one of the reasons I have joy in my own brand name, Craft Some Joy, right? Is that was such a strong or a huge impact when she would talk about joy. And I love that. I love that word. I love the whole connotation. And I have some really fun things I'm actually thinking to bring in coming up. So I can't get the cart before the horse, but anyhow, it'll be fun to share that with you. So Choose Joy, that's a new album that just got released also. Compliments of Susan Ida Peterson. I still have, does anybody, this is old school. I still have my little pin that says Choose Joy. It was a little pin they gave away years ago at conference when she spoke. Anybody have that? Okay, that's old school. All right, friends. So let me just start off by sharing what is new on my punch wall. I have a little video from you. There we go. Now I'm unmuted. This is a little video that is showing my new punch wall. And I'll replay that again just in case. And here we go. One more time. We're going to play it. Whoops. My little, there we go. Let's try again. Sorry, guys. Here we go. So what I used to have on my wall. Now, as you guys know, we're going to talk a little bit about punches. Stamp and Storage truly has been kind of my go-to. Stamp and Storage, and actually IKEA. Woo! Sorry. That was something that fell in my craft room. You can see I have some more tidying up to do. Okay, let me pause it here. So Stamp and Storage has been kind of my go-to holders. And the biggest thing about these wooden holders is that you do need wall space, pretty much, or you need counter space or some kind of, flat surface that you can mount these on. And then all of a sudden we got these, right? You can see behind me. spinners. And all of a sudden it was like, oh, wow, there's a whole new way of storing punches and Boilermaker cartridges, right? So I wanted to kind of give you a quick update. You saw my wall. So before, what I had on my wall, and actually I'll show it to you. Let me see. No, I can't do that because I have you on a different camera. Let me see if I can move this. There we go. Ooh, hold on. Let me see. I'm going to have to work on this a little bit. See if I can. Let me help. Let me see if I can get you guys in the right place. So, I'm always kind of, switching up my tech. So that's what's going on over here. Let me move this out of the way so you can see my wall better. So over there, right? So you can see, yes, my desk and all other things here too. There we go. So there's my wall, right? And way over there, up here, is where I used to have my Boilermaker cartridges. So I had two containers that were just two of the wood containers just for my Boilermaker cartridges. And guess what? They were pretty much full. And then I had 4 for my punches. You can see those 4 for my punches. And then I had a huge overflow. I actually had 2 other, the 2 on the end were underneath my workspace. And I had to that was my overflow. So I had to kind of go back in there when I could, and hello again, and go get punches that were underneath my workspace when I didn't have them up on the wall. So let me get this back in position here, guys. Sorry. All right, here we go. So I can talk to you. So what happened, like I said, the carousels came out, and then it was like, wow, this will hold, what is it, 82 Boilermaker? I mean, some insane amount of Boilermaker cartridges. So I was able to take the BMCs off the wall and put them over here, which is awesome because it's right within my reach. I use these so much more now. And then it gave me kind of 2 more spaces for my punches. So let me just share that again, because what I wanted to share with you was that those are the large Stampin' Storage punch holders. I have just about almost every punch that CM has come out with, and it holds them all. But so you can kind of, let me unmute again. There's still some empty spots in there. And now the one thing I have to say that I really, really love about this is that they're kind of all in one place. I do have one little spinner for some standalone and border punches, but now I've got them grouped by general. So the ones you can see, on the far left, those are all my general punches. Like if I just want a layer, and then it's into the theme and seasons as we go towards the right. So spring, summer, fall, winter. So that includes the holidays. Spring has all my flowers, fences, those kind of things. Fall has the spider webs and the pumpkins. And winter has Christmas as well as cardinals and all those punches. Okay, so it was so nice to kind of finally get everything there. I'll kind of show you there, all in one place. And then I put my border punches on the bottom, the big ones with the little wings that come out. They go in sideways. And then my standalone punches on the top, but they're still grouped by season or by theme or by if it's a general punch. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. That's how I know I've received questions on like, oh, well, Lauren, how do you categorize your punches? Do you do it by theme or category or, like what's newly released or, whatever, that kind of thing. So this it does take some space, right, in your craft room, but it has been really great to get in there and put them all together. So the only difference then, as I mentioned, is that now I have my spinners. Okay, so I was going to do this for you guys too. So let's take a look at my spinner wall here. There we go, just so you can see that a little better. It's hard to kind of bring you guys around my craft room. But I do want to just mention, so now what I did, those two wall units that I had where my punches were are now all my Border Maker cartridges are in two spinners. That's it. And you can see there's empty spaces. Look at that. I have a whole row empty spaces in some of these spinners. You know, a few in this one and a lot more in there. So if you notice too, I know sometimes people ask like, but Lauren, what are these green ones and what are these different colors? So first of all, the blue, these were the original Creative Memories border cartridges, right? They first started manufacturing them and they had the blue housing. And then now all of our border cartridges are gray. They're kind of in this gray, translucent gray. But our Memories for Life, which is the company that Rhonda Anderson started, they originally had a chance at creating their own Border Maker cartridges before CM kind of said, slap your hand and say, nope, those are our, it's our intellectual property and you can't make them anymore. But they had a run on making some Border Maker cartridges. And originally their color was this minty green. And then they transitioned to white. So you can see the white ones over here. So original CM, original Our Memories for Life, and then current CM, and then the white was just at the very end before Our Memories for Life could not, were not allowed to make border cartridges anymore. They had the white. Now there's also Marvi Yoshida is actually the one who kind of created the border system, and these gray ones are some of like the original. I found those years ago kind of on eBay, like just a fluke, and I'm like, oh my gosh, those are the Border Maker cartridges. So these are probably the hardest to find outside of the Our Memories for Life ones and old CM, but they were, I guess, the original manufacturer and maker of this system. So that's what the gray ones are. But here's my point, is that even with, let me come back at you, even with the green ones, the white ones, the gray ones, the blue ones, I still have room in my spinners, right? So these are all kind of, what I wanted to do was put these, were all kind of more general border cartridges, right? Like just that could layer with just about anything. These are more themes. So same idea as I did with my wall punches, I did with my Border Maker cartridges, and now I have these two. But I know, like, if I just want a decorative punch, I can go to this spinner. If I want a theme, I can go to this one. So it's kind of fun. Did I did you guys know the story about Border Maker cartridges? Sometimes not everybody knows about that. So yeah. So yeah, Christy. So now they're in categories, which I love because I kind of just don't have to think or, look at every single one and go, yep, now I know where that is. So Julie, let's say you don't have many spaces left. What will we do when they are full? So there's still one more. I may, and hopefully, yeah, that's a good question, Julie. Hopefully I will, this actually, just in all honesty, this is probably my least favorite spinner and storage. But I did want to actually mention and point out in this one something a little different. So I hope you can still see me. But what I did over here is I took my little punches, the little punches from CM, and I put those in here. And two of them fit in a space, which was kind of fun because I originally had them over on my wall. And then I just have some miscellaneous punches, like some of the ones I wanted to use recently, but those can also fit back over on my wall. And then I also wanted to point out the tag punches fit in the spinner. So I know this is kind of a little far away. I hope you can see it, but I wanted to see if I could get these closer to me because I do use the tags, and then also the little 4 corner ones. They haven't made these in a while, but there we go. Hi. These fit on there too. So I was playing around with some of the other odd shaped punches. So those do fit on the spinner. But, you know, hopefully these Border Maker cartridge ones will last a while, Julie. I know I still have a few empty spots. But I could see, because I love this system so much, that I might get a third eventually if I need it. And we'll see. We'll just kind of see where it goes from there, right? So let me see. Speaking of intellectual property, there was an exact copy with lighter blue coloring of the CM Circle Maker on Temu. Ooh, yeah. So they're probably going to go after that because that is, in fact, I don't know if, you know, all of you guys know, but let me see if I can get this a little closer here. So Caleb Hayho is the owner, right, of Creative Memories. And so he is Caleb the second, and then he has a son who is also Caleb. And so he's called Caleb the third, and they also commonly refer to him as C3. And Caleb the third, so I got to meet him in Minnesota. So if you saw any of my posts, C3 was there with his dad. He is the new legal representation for Creative Memories. And so he will probably be, Julie, my thought, he will probably be the bulldog to go after them. But, you know, it takes a lot for, you know, you to chase that down, unfortunately. So, yeah, it's kind of fun, Diane, right, to talk about the history of the stuff and a little bit about the company that we can find out. So Lynette says, what is that you don't like about the SNS regular punch carousel? Because I've been considering using that in a smaller crafting space. So I love the punch carousel, but Lynette, here's the thing. It doesn't hold as much. It just doesn't. And just as a refresher, I talked about this when I first got it. Only 2 of the columns on that, but this one, so we're talking about this one, only 2 of the columns will hold the border style punches. These with the wings. And then the other 3 columns, you can only put standalone. So that right there kind of threw me off a little bit because it's like, oh, okay, so 2 of the columns I can put the border punches with wings, but then the other 3, and they're not next to each other, like those 2 border columns are opposite. So I guess it's just a design thing with the carousel. And then the other 3 columns are for standalone. But you can see, you know, now that I've been playing with it a little bit, you can put the tag punches in there and those, the square, the 4 corner punches, and the little mini punches. So that kind of eliminated, if you remember, do you see? Let me see if I can get my finger in the right place. I used to have them right there. And the only ones that I still have out over there, do you see those 3 in the background? Those 3 do not fit in any Stampin' Storage product I found yet. And those are the circle punches, the dotted circle and, you know, those. So the ones that make the 6-inch circle. So those 3 punches still have to kind of sit. That's on a totally Tiffany display. And that is where I had my little punches and my 4 corner, my round ones, and my tag punches. But now I do have them closer, so I like that they're in this carousel and a little easier to grab. So hopefully that answers part of that question. And so I guess the other thing is, if you have a smaller punch collection, I definitely think you'd love the carousel because it's right there and it holds that. But this was not as much of an oh wow aha as the border maker because it just doesn't hold. This holds less than those on the wall do. Whereas the border maker cartridges hold more, these spinners hold more than the ones on the wall did. Okay, so that was my aha. One other thing I should mention, yeah, so now I do have 2 empty border maker units that were on my wall, but luckily, like I said, I had an overflow already, so I had already purchased the extra punch holders, and they were just, like I said, under my table. But they fit. Like we just were able to scoot these punches down about 1.5 inches. And then I just put those new units right where those border maker units were. So I don't know if you guys knew that, but the hanging system on the back is the same for the big punches as the border maker units. And that's what was like, oh, it's going to take, you know, Honey Hines like a long time before I can get my new ones up. No, literally, he's like, oh, let's just see if they fit. And he just hung it. And so everything had already, you know, been in place where my borders were. So we just put the punches. So I didn't know that they were kind of, quote, interchangeable, but they are. So just a FYI. Okay. So, okay, Sue has a good question. Yeah. Have I seen any problems with the weight of fully loaded carousels in the IKEA cabinets? So these are the Simply Tidy cabinets from Michaels. And actually these are probably thinner than Calyx units. And I've had no trouble with the weight of these in my unit. So the only thing, you cannot move them once they are full. So in order to, you know, like I had a border maker. Originally I had the border maker. Sorry guys, put this back over here. I had the border maker here, and then I had my punch here, and then I had my inks here. And I had to unload all of them in order to move them. So once they're full, don't think you're going to pick it up and move it to another shelf. No, you have to take them all out. It's a good time to reorganize and then move it and then, you know, refill it, because with the weight of the punches in there, they're too heavy to move. But other than that, I've had no troubles at all with the spinners. So you're going to have to stay tuned for another Simply Tidy so I can show you my new stamp station, because all of this has kind of started me on a reorganization in here. Moving my borders over here, being able to put my punches over there. And then if you've been following, you might have heard my daughter is now just this week, she's moving into her new place. So I have already taken over her old bedroom, which is here in the studio, the guest house. And that is my shop. So at some point I'll share the shop with you, but it did give me a chance to get all my printers and all, you know, computer stuff and all that out of here. And this is really kind of my happy space, happy crafty space now, which I love. So my new stamp, my ink spinners are in my stamp station, which I'll share with you. No worries. Okay. So yeah, Diane, I will share that with you. Maybe we'll do that next week. Should we do stamping next week? I'll show you my desk and my new setup and my where I moved my spinner to. So, okay. Yeah. And oh, Tamara has a great point too. Punches are heavy, right? That's the main thing, which is why when you choose something to store your punches, it needs to be something that can manage the weight. And so she said a lot, and I've seen a lot of people use actual tool, the metal tool cabinets, because tools are heavy. And those work really well for our punches as well. Okay. Yeah. So Sue, same question, but I've had no trouble with the weight. Yes. Okay. Let me see. I don't want to miss any questions. I know. Lynette, I hope I answered all your questions. Let me know if there's another one. Let's see. Let me see. My circle and corner punches. I know, right, Julie? The circle and corner punches. So the circle, it still will not fit in any Stampin' Storage unit, but the corner punches do fit. If I can move my head the right way in that spinner. Okay. Okay. Yeah. And yeah, oh, there's some talk about Temu. So we are, yeah, mixed feelings about that, friends. I know I don't want to get political here. I want to keep this really a happy place, but yeah, definitely take your time to research before you jump on board and, get into all of that stuff. So, and yes, Ria's here, caught alive. Hello from London. Oh, I want to come visit. I love London. Love London. Okay. All right, let me know. I'm trying to read all the comments, but let me know if I missed anything. Sue has, see question above, differentiating between types of Border Maker cartridges. Trouble differentiating the various types of Border Maker cartridges, chain, etc. Do you have an easy way to identify the type? Well, let's switch over to the overhead, Sue, and talk a minute about that. And I've also got some punches and things out here to talk with you about too. So let's see if my phone's going to be right side up or upside down. Oh, it's right side up. Okay, good. So I've got some punches out because, as I mentioned, we're gonna try out the dry lube, which I was told about. Never tried it before, you guys. So I'm gonna be your guinea pig. Let's see. How can we talk about the different types of border cartridges? And you can probably look at the bottom, at the back side, to easily kind of identify which one is which. Let me see if I can find the other one, which is what I like to call a knockout. Okay, so here's the thing. Let's go this way. So the chain style, like this button one, you're going to see open spaces on both sides. Okay. So that means when you actually punch it, this is the side of the punch that you're going to, it'll punch this side, it'll punch this side, and there's open spaces between both of those. So that's a chain when you see the open on the top and the bottom. This is what we call an edge punch. So after looking at that one, what do you notice? One side is open, but the other side is attached. See that? So we know that that paper is going to stay attached to this side, and this side is going to be open. So it will just punch the top or the side of the paper. Okay? So that's the second type of punch. Then the third type, if you notice, then there is no open edge on this punch, right? So this is what I like to call a knockout. So this is a chain, an edge punch, and a knockout. But basically this is going to punch through your paper because it's not going to cut the top. It's not going to cut the bottom. It's just going to punch this design through your paper. Okay, so if we were going to just take a quick peek at that, let's look at the difference. I'm just going to punch one. So here's the chain. Okay, and you can see how that works. Let's look at it upside down so we can see how that works. See how that punched both sides? So that's a chain. This one is an edge punch. Okay, and so we're going to pop that in there and see how that only punched. Sorry, it didn't really. Let me do it again. Edge punch here. Whoops. I have a heart stuck in there. There it goes. Edge punch like that, so we can see, trying to get that right in there. Okay, so it's just punching the edge, and this little top piece will come off when you're done. And then let's do the knockout. So this one, I'm going to pop it in here, get it in the camera frame, and it's just going to punch those shapes right out of the paper. Okay, so those are the three types, and I hope that makes things easier. Okay. How's that? I hope, okay, that was, so Sue, yes, Sue. Hopefully that clarified all your punches, the three different types of border maker. Okay, so it looks like a stamping station is a win for next week. Okay, good deal. We'll put that on the calendar. Yeah, so that's the difference, Keisha. Definitely look at the bottoms, and then you'll kind of have an idea of what kind of design you're going to get from your border maker cartridges. Okay, so that was BMC's 101. Yeah, we said today we were going to talk about punches, so yeah, that's what we're going to do. Okay, so now let's kind of get into trial and error land, and let's see what we can do. I actually dug into some of my oldies because you can see, look at this one. Do you see that the button is stuck? So if you have some of these older CM punches, they're still great punches, you know, as far as getting your squares and different things. But yeah, this one sticks pretty bad. And it is kind of difficult to punch. So what I thought we could do today was actually do like a little sample and go, okay, let's punch it. These are much harder to punch than the newer ones. So you can see that was sticking pretty well. And then we're going to add a little bit of the 3-in-1 dry lube. Now, like I said, this was recommended to me, and I've never tried it before. So this is brand new. We're going to see how it works. Okay, so I'm just going to try putting, I don't even know if it's open. Let me see. Maybe I have to open no, it looks like, let me see. Is it going to come out? Yeah, it's open. Okay. So even though it says it's dry lube, it is liquid. That's interesting to know. Okay. But it doesn't seem to want to come out of the hairpin. Oh, gosh. Okay, now it is. Here we go. So I'm going to put a little bit of that like in there. And we're going to just kind of see. I'm going to do it upside down. And then my thought is that we're going to have to kind of punch it a little bit, right? To get it worked in there. And see what happens. So it says on the bottle, reduces friction and wear, resists grit, and protects. And it's long lasting. Okay. Okay. So do you own the small little squares punch that you can change the amount of squares you want to punch out? It's pink. Oh, yeah, I think I know which one you want. Which one you're talking about. I think, yes, we can try that one too. Is that one stuck for you? So I'm feeling like it's still a little bit stuck. There we go. Oh, that's better, but it's still sticking. Still sticking. Yeah, drum roll, Sandy. What do you think? Okay, that one's really easy, but this one, yeah. Okay, so the main thing I was looking for too, it's definitely not getting stuck in the down position, right? It's popping back up. But I was also hoping that it was going to be easier. Actually, it kind of is. That one's very much easier to punch. And it's not getting stuck. So I would say that definitely helped this punch. I mean, it's definitely not getting stuck anymore. So yeah, that's the good thing. It's still, this button is still just a little tweaky. I'll just have to say that. So I brought some of my other ones. These actually seem to be okay. I was going to see if any other ones. That one's a little, yeah, that one's kind of stuck. So let's try this one too. Do you see how that one's sticking? So I'm just going to really try to get it in the edges where it kind of, where that metal is connecting with each other. Does that make sense? Oh, wow. Now that one, look at that. That definitely made a huge difference. Look at that. Now this one's still a little sticky. Wonder if it's in that corner there. Man, this stuff comes out really fast now. I'm going to have to wash my hands really good before I scrapbook. I mean, it does dry. You can see it dries very quickly. So it doesn't leave an oily residue, which I guess is why they recommend dry lube for your paper. So this one works really well now. This one, it works better, but it's still getting a little stuck, maybe over here. What do you guys think? So the dry lube I found on Amazon. It took a little more extra time to get to me, but yeah. So Julie, what do you think? I think it's done a different. I forgot to test this beforehand. Okay, I brought in some thicker paper. This is just, scratch paper. So let's test this. This is actual cardstock. Okay, that was pretty easy. That was pretty easy. And that stuck a little bit, but I think it's definitely better. I mean, it's not like it's miraculous. Oh, but it's definitely better. So maybe it just needs, some working and then maybe a little bit more. I guess you could always just keep going with it. Okay. Let's try another one that seemed to give people a lot of trouble with was the fringe punch. Mine seemed to be working okay, but I thought, you know what? Let's just see if it makes a difference for punching. Now this is a really intricate punch in here, right? So I thought we could try, see what happens if we get that in more of an intricate punch. Let's see. So you saw how kind of it was a little tricky to get that punched through the first time. But like I said, it wasn't stuck or anything. But let's see if it makes a difference. This one's still just a hard one to get through. But it's punching. You can see it's got a lot of the lube still on the punch. So I would definitely, if you're going to try this on your punches, I would, have your scratch paper and make sure you give some good punches before you punch back on your good scrapping paper. Okay. So now that one is pretty clear. I don't know that I could, honestly, I don't know that I could tell a big difference with this one. Let me see if I can find that punch you guys were talking about. I think I have it over here, but it might still, let me see. I have the heart. Gosh, where is that punch? I don't know if I've seen that punch in a while. Let me see. Maybe no, I might not have it here, friends. But I remember which one you were talking about. So these, I'm looking through my IKEA drawers over here. Nope, I don't, I must have it still downstairs, but here's another oldie but goodie that I found. This one seems to be punching pretty well. Oh, that one's hard, actually. Let's see. Oh, that one is hard. Remember this cute punch? Oh, I loved this one. This is old school CM. So we could try a little bit on here, see if that makes a difference. So sorry, I couldn't find that one you guys were talking about with the different punch shapes in it. I know I have it, but I think it might still be in my basement. Didn't get moved up. Let's see if that's going to make a difference this time. Still kind of tricky. Oh, that one's just a tough punch for sure. Whew. So, I should mention, I haven't looked lately, you guys. I haven't looked lately. But years ago, well, years ago now, because I talked about it probably 2 years ago, I did find a really great tool. So if you have some of these old punches, let me just grab it, that you want to keep using, but you struggle with a little bit, there is a tool. And I was doing some research. So this is the one that I found. It's called the Magnum Power Punch. And after I talked about it, it was gone. But, like I said, it's been a while. So they might have them back in stock. Have you guys seen this? or maybe some of you have been following long enough to remember when I talked about it. So this is from the Punch Bunch, and they have a website, punchbunch.com. Now, like I said, I haven't looked at this in a while, but I do keep this tucked away with my old punches. Have you guys seen this? Have I talked about this? Yeah. So here's how this works. You put your punch in here, okay? And then this lever, this is your hand, so it saves your hand. And basically, it's just like that. It's a punch. So I have it upside down. Let me try turning it this way. So you just go like that. Oh, whoops. I have that in the wrong place. So I haven't used this in a while. This is actually where you're supposed to land your button press, where the circle is. So if I try it in a better place, you will see it will be much easier, just like that, to press. So you might want to take a peek if you're interested. See if they still have this available. Yeah. And Cynthia's after 3 hand surgeries, I'm going to go check that out, right? So there's the info on it, Punch Bunch. You might be able to find it. You know, they have similar ones. This is the one that I thought was the best because it has a nice platform. And again, you put the puncher part. So it works with these guys too, right? So you want to kind of line up this round part here with what you're going to punch. And then, oh, talk about easy. Oh, now that actually was punching really easy now. Is that one that I put? I think that was one I did the lube in, right? Maybe it takes a little time for it to kind of soak in. But yeah, that was really easy to punch, at least with my Punch Bunch thing. Okay, so here's the biggest challenge I saved for last. So, friends, I don't know what happened to my campfire punch, but it will not close. So, has anybody ever had this happen? Where you get a punch and it's like, what happened? I thought I punched this before, but it will not even close. So before I contact Creative Memories, I thought, well, I can't even tell what is going on with this punch, but let's see if we can make a miracle happen. And I'm going to put some dry lube in there. See if that will make a difference. But honestly, I don't know what happened to this punch. So not even, Helen said she's never had a problem with the punch. So yeah, it's still not even going in. Nope. Yeah. So, well, here's your first view. Like you can see, I cannot get that punch to go in. So I think maybe something got misaligned. Have you heard, like some people say, well, just throw it on the floor? Diane, remember, I think they told you, throw it on the floor. So in the freezer, your duck punch was stuck and it worked. So maybe I could try putting it in the freezer. Was it stuck, or would you can see this one? I can't even, it's almost like it's misaligned in there, right? So it's very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so the bottom line is it doesn't work. All kinds of miracles. The 3-in-1. It actually worked, Julie. Should I try it, you guys? Should I try dropping it on the floor? Like how far? How far? Yeah, so I've moved the lock back and forth. I can't even get it to go in, like you can see. it won't even touch inside there. Okay. Carrie said hers was jammed closed. Yeah. So it doesn't matter which side. It's just not. Right? Let's do it. All right, you guys. Here it goes. Here it goes. Let's see. I don't know if you can. Let me see if I can get you far enough over to watch me drop it. Here it is. Here goes. Oh my gosh. That one didn't work so well, friends. It actually broke the bottom off. It broke the bottom off. So when they say drop it on the floor, not always a good idea. All right. Well, glad that I tried that instead of you. So maybe that was just, well, is it going to punch now? Now we know how these things go together. Oh, I should drop it again. Now I can't get it back out. I feel like something's loose. Okay. Well, I might have to have my engineer husband take a look at that, or just call customer service. But while we're here, I do want to share something that's pretty cool from Lynette. Lynette is here, and I shared this at the Pop Crop, but I just want to share my happy mail. This is Lynette. You know what? This was such an awesome find. So, yeah, don't dent the floor. I'd scare the bear that was under there, right? No, it's okay, you guys. I'm fine. I do have a replacement, but I will check with CM about it too. So here is just another fun find I wanted to make sure you guys knew about. This is the Easy Read ruler from Victor. And this was such a fun, happy mail to get from Lynette. And she's like, Lauren, I sent something to you. You're going to get it from Amazon. So you guys, I actually love this so much. I put it on my Amazon favorites page. So if you go to, where is it? Let me find my page for you, and then I'll do a screen share. Okay. So there's a link in the description of this video. So you can just click on it and it goes to my Amazon favorites page. And I wanted to mention a few things. So I did link it right here. Lynette mentioned there's a 12-inch size and also an 18-inch. So if you want a long one, you could get that as well. But this is so great. I love this ruler. And then also I wanted to mention, I had a question about, Lauren, where did you get that roll of adhesive? So I popped that on here as well. The Elizabeth Craft Designs, when I talked about my titles, this is the roll of adhesive that I had for putting the double stick adhesive on my titles. So now that's on my page. I also just want to mention that on here it has printing and cutting at home, and so we have craft room organization, favorite punches and dies, and then printing and cutting at home. You guys, for those of you who have Amazon, it is Prime Day or Prime Week or whatever it is, and I just wanted to mention, so we're kind of all over the place today, but the Epson PictureMate PM400, this is the lowest price I have seen it. So it's $199 for this printer, and I would absolutely recommend the Epson PM400 for if you want to take a look at printing at home. So if you haven't jumped into, what is it like? How do I, why would I want to print at home? I've actually been thinking that I need to kind of dig back in about why I've chosen to print at home. It has really revolutionized how I scrapbook. And so this little printer, it only prints up to 5x7, but for most applications, that's really all we need. And so, you know, I'm thinking of just kind of going back and doing another video of why. But this is an excellent printer. Along with, I have to mention, so Pam V was texting me and she's like, Lauren, what is that paper that you like from Red River? So if you're getting the Epson Picture Make, if you're going to take that jump and go, oh, that's a really good price. Here's the other half of that I would highly recommend, which is to go to redriverpaper.com. Okay, so really it's just, let me just go to catalog.com and show you their landing page. When I discovered Red River Paper, I've been using it for over 3 years now. It is 100% worth it. So if you get a print at home printer, it really is only going to be as good, to me, in my opinion, as the paper that you get to go with it. And when I mentioned to Pam what my favorite paper is, it is the Ultra Pro. So I'm going to put in the bar up here, Ultra Pro Luster 300. And she goes, oh, awesome. It's on sale. I'm like, what? The printer's on sale, the paper's on sale. Okay, so this might be the time to jump in. So right here, if you see, there's a little deals button. The 4x6 100 pack is on sale right now for $16.97 for 100 4x6s. And you know, if you start adding up, let me just talk for a second. I know we're way off track from punches, but I think this is important to talk about. So if we talk for a second about printing at home, here's the thing. Printing at home, yeah, so the paper is 17 cents. Yes, you have your ink cost, and there's a cost to buying your printer, but I print on demand. I print the size that I want. I print how many that I want. There's not wasted prints. Now, you know, I'm still working through old prints, of course, but when I print my new pictures off my camera roll, I mean, I feel like it's a really great system. I can go in there, I can edit, I can select what I want. I look at my layout and I go, okay, I need 8 pictures. Which are the best 8 pictures of this event that I want to do? And if I want to crop, I can crop and, you know, do whatever. So just wanted to let you know, Red River, there's a link in the description too for Red River in case you need that. And also the Epson Picture Mate PM400 on sale. You can't go wrong for the Red River. Okay, so here's Julie. Here we go. Testimony right here. She said, it took me forever to give in and pay for Red River, but when I did, I was blown away at how much of a difference it makes. Thank you, Julie. Okay. They're just a small little paper company, you guys. They are, in my opinion, one of the best paper companies for printing at home. So check it out. They have a lot of different things to look at. Okay. Yeah. Elizabeth has a good question. How long will the prints last? If you go to redriver.com, they have tons and tons of write-ups and stories on the archival quality of their prints. And they're going to say it depends on the printer that you use. But they have done their research. Go check it out. You can just sit there for hours and read about all the different tests and different models, and they'll give you recommendations for printers and so on. But, as a scrapper, you can see my little Epson, actually, it's just sitting right over. Oh, I keep forgetting it's it's actually just sitting right over there. It's tiny. It doesn't take up much space. Wait, where did I put it? Now I'm like, oh, it's just right here. Hang on. Let me grab it. I'll show you how big it is. And I keep it, I keep it right next to me. Let me show you. So this is it, right? So I have my 4x6 luster in a little container. I have my extra ink because I never want to be out of ink. That's my Red River paper, Ultra Pro Luster 300. This is the printer. That's it. And so when you want to use it, you just open this up. You pop the paper right in here, just like that, either 4x6 or 5x7, and it comes out right here. So easy. But that's how small and compact it is. I love, love, love my Canon Crafter printer. Don't get me wrong. I still love my Canon Crafter printer, but it depends on what your needs are. I have them both and I use them both. So just depends. And absolutely 100%, this blows the Canon Selfie out of the water. Out of the water. Why? Because of this paper. Because of the Red River paper. You will be stunned at the difference between a Canon Selfie and this little duo right here. I mean, 100% blown away. Okay, so if we've got Prime Day, I just wanted you guys to be able to take advantage of it and know about, you know, these sales that are coming just in case. I know we're way off track from from punches, but you guys, you know, we're here to talk about all the things. Okay. I print all my photos. Yep. I print all my photos on either the Canon or the Skype, but I've been actually working more on this just because it really does. It sits right here on my desk next to me, and that's it. That's all you need to print your photos. And you can use your app, you can use your phone, your iPhone, you can use your computer, whatever you want, and you just select that as your printer. So it's all Bluetooth, wireless, good stuff. Yeah, and Diane, that's a really good point. The Canon Selfie does not print true 4x6 photos. And it's a whole different print process. This is ink based. Okay, so this is ink. And if you look at the luster paper, it has a little bit of a tooth to it. And so it's not matte and it's not glossy. It's luster and it's fantastic. And I don't know if I can get I don't think I can get a reflection on it. Let me see if I switch to the overhead if I can. Hold on. Okay, there. Can you guys see? There's a little bit of a glow to it. That's the luster paper. Of course, that's not printed. And so the ink just soaks into that paper so beautifully, and it just creates just a beautiful, beautiful print. So, you know, scrapbooking to me, it's a multi-part process. You know, your pages are only going to be as good as your photos, right? So being able to take a minute and, you know, hit the exposure, brighten your photos a little bit, you know, crop them, do just a couple little tweaks, and then be able to print, you know, on a paper like this. Just, you can see how much room, it doesn't take up much room at all, just right here. And makes a huge difference. So just so you guys know, I just want you to know all the things. So that is the Epson PictureMate, best price I've seen. I mean, $200. That's amazing. I think I paid close to $300 when I bought mine. So that's a great price. Okay, and cut an 8.5 by 11 photo. Amy says, can you cut an 8.5 by 11 photo printing paper to make it the size of a 4x6? Sure. Yeah. You can cut, if you have 8.5 by 11 paper, you can cut it down. Absolutely. And again, remember, these are borderless drivers. So it's going to print edge to edge, a true 4x6 on this. this printer, okay, so Sherry, this is the Epson PictureMate PM 400, and I do have it linked, like I said, on my Amazon page. And where's the branding on it? Oh, there we go. It's on the inside. And it's the best price I've seen on Amazon. So, yep, right there. PM 400. It has a power cord, so it's not, it needs power. So right now I just unplugged that. Okay. Yeah. And Diane, great. Yeah, it's on my Amazon favorites page. If you go, let me pop on over there again. I'll show you. So, okay, let me do a quick screen share here. So if you go to my Amazon link, which is in the description, you'll see I have my shop my Amazon page. So I have craft room organization. That's where I just wanted to mention about my Happy Mail and the ruler. I have on all the craft room stuff. But right here, there's a third list, which is printing and cutting at home. And if you click on this one right here, you'll see all the things that I use in my craft room. These are all the things. And I do have the sprocket, and I do have, you know, the selfie in here because they have their place. But the Epson PictureMate really, truly is such a great little format printer if you want to just go for that. You know, the Canon Crafter printer, it's about the same price point. It just takes up a lot more room because it's an all-in-one. It scans, it prints 12 by 12 borderless. So it does a lot more, and you can get bigger print. Like you can print 8 by 10. You can print 8.5 by 11. You can print 12 by 12. So if you think you want those features, I would definitely go for the Canon. And that's a great price. You guys remember when this was almost $400? So that's a great price on the Canon Crafter printer too. So just wanted to kind of touch base, but they're both on the Amazon page if you want to check those out. So thank you for asking, Diane. Yes. And Lynette says she's so glad she discovered this ruler. So got to have the ruler, you guys. It's just, you know, a craft room must have. And it does have the cork on the back, which is so nice. If you're going to use an X-Acto with it, works perfectly. Okay. Let's see. Sarah says she loves her Epson printer. Now, yeah, try the paper. We're going to come back and you guys will be blown away. Okay. And so the Red River paper, that's a separate link. So Red River is their own website, and the link is in the description as well. So that's a separate link to get the Red River paper, but I'm telling you, makes a huge difference. Huge. And they have all the sizes, but right now the 4x6 is on sale. And it's, you know, so you can try it. Okay, my Amazon link isn't working down below. Thank you for letting me know. And you're on YouTube, so I will go in and try to check that out. Darn, I'll have to leave it in the comment, and maybe somebody can put it in the comments for me. Thank you. Yeah, it is in the description of this video, so hopefully that, yeah. And, oh, good question. Can you use a thumb drive with the printer? I believe it has a connection. I think I think you can. So there's a connection if you want to do that. You can also connect, there's another port here. That's the power. The round one is the power. So good questions, you guys. Yeah. Did, any other, let me see. Have I had any issues when trying to print JPEGs? No, not that I've had with my printer. No, I haven't. Is my Amazon okay? Yeah. And also, did we talk about that you can make smaller prints? So I love doing 3x3s, 4x4s, and just popping them into the printer that way. And there's tons of apps that help you organize that. And, you know, I've used Canva for that as well. Okay. I'd also just, oh, Carol, you're going to have to just, I know for Canada, you're just going to have to come visit us in the US and then we'll get you stocked up. Okay. Um, Selfie system. Julie says selfie system is supposed to last longer and be more durable, but I hate that it's not 4x6. And I don't think they look as good. Yeah. And I would kind of check into the Red River. You know, they've done a lot of analysis on their paper and on the different inks. So when I saw 200 years, I'm like, oh, sold. You know, like like I said, I've been using, you know, printing at home for over 3 years, and I have had no issues at all with my photos fading or looking weird or anything at all. The digital has come, the whole printing process has come so far since we first started. So yeah. Okay. Any other questions? I hope I don't want to miss anyone. I do want to, I had some notes here. Let me make sure. I also just wanted to give a shout out to Debbie H. and Chris because I promised I'd tell you a little story. So in my Scrap Some Joy shop, so I wanted to just mention that let's see if I can find the right place to show you. Okay, so on my own personal website, a couple new things are going on. So let me just give you a quick heads up about that. The blog guide, the CM blog guide, is now available for purchase as a download, but a printed copy. You guys, I just got the sample. It looks so good. So the sample is coming. If you want a printed copy of my blog guide, it is going to come to the shop soon. So, but the digital guide, if you want to print yourself, is now available for purchase. It was a gift with purchase before. And if you got it as a gift with purchase, you'll get a $10 off coupon for the printed version if you're interested. And then I just added the summer denim paper and embellishments free with a $100 purchase. And this paper pack is super cute, you guys. And it's only available through advisors, but it's a free gift if you through my shop. And then I'm also going to be switching out the Q2 sketches for Q3 because the Q3 sketches just came out. And those are going to be available free with any purchase. You can just pop that in your cart and get a free sketch booklet in your cart. So if you also noticed, part of why I brought this up was we talked about pen organization. Where was it? Here it is right here. Small Flex Pod and 4 Daiso pen organizers. Sweet Debbie H. was able to find some more organizers at her Daiso where she lived, and she dropped them off for me. That is why I was able to put 3 more of these bundles in the shop, but you can see they got snatched up pretty quickly. So keep an eye out. I do have one more small Flex Pod. So as soon as I can find some more of the Daiso organizers, I'll be putting another one up. And then as soon as they bring the pods back, I believe it's August, they're due back. I'll be able to put some more of those in. So you can get your pen organizer and your Daiso organizer already. Let's see. Oh, the Pam's asking the double-sided tape. I got the 6-inch. My roll is the 6-inch roll. It's this one. Okay, and it lasts forever. I've had this, 3 years at least, and it's still super sticky, so it works great. Okay, ink for printer. Yeah, so Diane, it comes with the ink, but this is the ink that you want to get for the Epson printer. Okay. and it'll say Picture Mate right there, the 320. And it comes with, it's one cartridge. It's really easy to pop in there. It's just, whoop, pop that cartridge in there. It comes with all 4 colors. Okay. Oh yeah, Julie, that's a good point. Let me talk about that. So I hope I got all the other questions. Rulers and the specific name of the Red River paper, please. It is the Ultra Pro Luster 300. Okay, Ultra Pro Luster 300. It's my absolute favorite. It's gorgeous. It's thick. It's got a texture to it. It's not matte. It's not glossy. It's just right in between, and it's perfect. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Oh my goodness. I guess it's not on Prime Day in the UK because that is very expensive. You need to find a buddy in the US to send it to you. Yes. All right. Okay. So, Julie did mention a really important point. You must be careful with because this has a tooth on it. Okay. It's beautiful, gorgeous paper. I don't know if it caught the light there a little bit, but you have to be very careful with this and repo adhesive because these two do not play well nice together. If you get some of the repo dots on here, very difficult to try to get off. And so sometimes, yeah, I've ended up having to reprint because I wasn't careful. I was just kind of sticking things down, but repo dots love this paper. So thank you for that pointer. Just be careful with your repo when you have those photos ready to go on your page. Okay. Yeah. So I think, Julie, the difference would be if it's a glossy, your repo is probably going to be easier to wipe off. But because the Red River paper has that tooth to it, it just loves to stick to it. Just loves. It's like magnet. Okay. Lori has a question. There used to be a slick writer pen from American Crafts, but I cannot find it anywhere. I am not sure what that is. I don't know. Maybe someone here in the chat could help you, but I'm not sure about the slick writer pen. I know the pens that one of my favorite is the Zig. That's one of my favorites, but I'm wondering if maybe a jelly roll might be something similar. So, the guide, and you're probably asking about the blog guide. So the blog guide is actually, one second, let me grab it. Whoops. One sec. I had a disaster happen over here. One sec. I was trying to grab the blog guide. Oh, you're still recording? Yeah. All right, friends. So, this was a labor. Yeah. Tidy up. I've got some tidying up to do. So this is a blog guide that I created. It is all the border ideas, not all, it's 120 of the border ideas from the CM blog, all in one place, including instructions. And so it was kind of a long process of gathering different ideas and then putting them all into one document. And this is the printed sample, so I will be able to sell these shortly in my shop. And so it's going to have the spiral binding. The binding is going to be white, and it's 50 pages, 120 border ideas. So you can see there's either 2 or 3 border ideas usually on each page, but it also has all of the instructions printed. So some pages have 2, some have 3, as you can see. Okay, so it's just a compilation of all the amazing ideas that came off the blog. And, you know, we have wonderful content creators that come up with all these ideas. And as you remember, like, so at the pop crop this Saturday, this is what I love the blog guide for. So here I said, look at this border. Isn't that super fun? Now let's reimagine that border. And we created the border, this border together. And so you can use it as a starting point to come up with some other ideas, right? So I just flipped that border and kind of tweaked it a little bit, used a different collection. And that's what I love, having it handy, having it printed so I can flip through and just go, oh, yeah, I like that idea. Let me try it with something else. Okay, so, all right, you guys. Yes, thank you, Donna, for joining us. Well, I also have the basket with magnetics for the cart. Oh, Rosie. Oh, from Daiso. I'm not sure about that. Right now, I'm just kind of trying to keep a few items in there, especially that one for the pens from Daiso. But they do have an online. I know, you know, that might not be exactly perfect, but you can order online. Lori has a question. Oh, we talked about the Slick Rider pen. So Pam, yeah. So I have been working with the printer. This is from my brand new printer. I'm so excited. So we are working on getting the Pop Planner, also some of the most used forms printed with him as well. So it's just a matter of how many hours in the day I have. So yeah, okay. What machine do I use to scan photos? So you'll have to check out. I did a whole series on scanning here on Tidy Up. So I also have the Epson Fast Photo 680W. I'm looking over there to grab the number. I am loving the Epson Fast Photo. The Canon Crafter printer also scans beautifully. So, but I really love the speed and the quality of the Epson FF680W. And that's, I believe I've linked that on my Amazon page as well. Okay. So yeah. On photos without it smearing. Okay. We'll have to see. Maybe somebody can come up with a good alternative for that. Okay. So does the printer print smaller than 4x6? I believe it has a 4x4 driver in there. So if you wanted to cut 4x4, I haven't tried it yet, but you could probably cut it down and then pop that through there too. Okay. Okay. Smearing. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, so how do you spell Daiso? D-A-I-S-O. Daiso. It's a Japanese, kind of like, I call it a Japanese Dollar Tree. It's like the Dollar Tree, but with products from Japan. Daiso. Okay, so there we go. A Zig Photo Signature Marker. Love it. Thank you guys for helping her out. Perfect. Okay, so that is going to be our tidy up for today. I know, so a big thank you to Lynette and Debbie H. and Chris was also so sweet to, when she saw some things at Target for me, she's like, Lauren, there's a big stash of good stuff at Target. Do you want me to pick some up? So thank you just for all of your generosity, for friends reaching out when you see, you're like, oh, Lauren likes this stuff. Let me help her out. I appreciate that ever so much. All right, friends. So yeah, this will be fun. Next week, we will jump into my stamp station and I'll show you all the updates I have over there. It's kind of fun. And I am kind of gearing up to do a full craft room tour. I know I've been asked for that. Please, Lauren, give us the full tour. So I'm just trying to get everything tidied up so I can do that tour for you as well. Okay. And for the pen case at Container Store, I haven't, Pam, but if you have suggestions, let's bring those in and talk about those. So I'm sure there's other alternatives for great little containers that fit in the Flex Pod. Okay. All right, friends. So you've got some behind the scenes trying the punches, trying our new 3-in-1. You could see it did help. So you can always try that on your own, see what happens. And then next week we will talk about stamps. So we will. Oh, there's one more question. Pam said, do I still use the plastic cases for your pens? Oh, yeah. No. So, yeah, I moved them all to my pen case. Yeah. I do have a few plastic cases, but this is my favorite now, which has the Daiso organizers in it. I love this for my journaling case. So, okay, but I know CM has to work hard on getting these back in stock for us because right now they're not available, unfortunately. Okay. Thank you all for all the great questions. I know we got into a lot of different talk today, but I think it was really good and timely because some of these things are on sale, at least here in the US. So I wanted to make sure you knew about that. Okay, friends, have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday. Be sure to check out all the promos and goodies coming up. There's probably some big news coming on Friday for Creative Memory. So just stay tuned for that. Okay, have a wonderful rest of your day. Have a great tidy up. See you soon. Bye for now.